So we're just packing up here in the no bug zone. It's quite a rainstorm. We've got misty, windy conditions. So this is a rainy day pack up for us. Fortunate enough to have the no bug zone with us. And what we do is we just put everything in here and pack it up. So we're all ready to go. Wow, those mosquitoes really like Al. Look at that. Just pulled in here at this little island to stretch our legs. A couple of good sized bones. Jeez. Here's the rest of it here. I don't know what those would all be from. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're back for our second load here. It's a bit of a rocky one. Thankfully somebody marked it with tape. It makes it a little easier to find because it's in rough shape. Maybe this way. And we just paddled across that little lake. Now we're heading up to this little portage. Alright, so we just lifted the canoe over. Now look at the work these guys did to clear this trail. We're at the portage out of McIntyre into Pauline. And it's pretty much like this as far as I can see. Now, I've been in here before when the mosquitoes have hatched, but I don't think I've ever seen this many solid right through the whole forest. Like, just look at how she's just coated. Yeah. All right, we're on Pauline, heading for Burt. My God, just to get away from those mosquitoes. Holy fuck. Do you want to try to get out there? All right, we're on Brent Lake. We're at the portage out of Burt. Marj. Not looking too good, but we'll get there in a minute. We're on our way back for our second load. The old trail's not even recognizable in most places. The hill up is bad. Here we are on Marj Lake. And guess where we are? The no bug zone.
Oh my God.
Oh, the mosquitoes. Like, we went in for a swim and they just coated your whole body. Oh, we got a nice spot here. It's on the first spot when you come out of the portage from Burt on the island. And we've got all our stuff up here drying from the rainstorm last night. And it's a nice site. Marj Lake's a beautiful lake. We're sitting here eating breakfast, just finished up, and we saw there's a moose way out there. He must have swam right across the middle of the lake. We're all packed up here. We're just going to carry everything down to the canoe and get going. We're at the first portage of the day, out of Marj into the unnamed lake. Another flooded cedar lined stream with a trail going right up through the flood zone. This trail took a little turn up the side here. Mr. Beaver has created a little beaver pond. I gotta go back and get the canoe. I'm gonna walk up the side of this. Isn't too bad. Halfway or so. I'm hoping we can pull our way up through here. We got through it. Now we're in the little unnamed lake. Looked around a little bit, and then that tape there was on the ground, but we finally found some up in the trees there, so there is a trail through there. It's a nice lake, big. Out of Joyce to another unnamed lake. At least there's something here. Alright, this should be interesting. Wow. Good stuff. All done that one from Joyce.
Yeah.
To the unnamed lake in the middle. We've been working our way along this little tiny lake, which is made up of, look at this, you can get through, wow. It's made up of little tiny bays, little tiny lakes. Alright, so we're just packing up here. This is the little unnamed lake that I spoke about earlier. And this is a big portage. This is a 900 or something like that. Sky's clearing. Looks like a beautiful day. Just grabbing a quick drink here. Just came through a little boggy section on the trail. Elle heard something in the woods over there too. Maybe a moose. Yeah, we just finished that portage into Kahshahpiwi Lake. A little windy out there. On Kahshahpiwi, came out into this. Take these sideways as we get around the end here. Well, here we are on Kahshahpiwi. We're landlocked on a hunk of rock, a little hunk of rock. There was only one site on the other side, or that we could see anyway, that was taken, and there is another one across there, but it was just, there was no way we could get across this at the time. It's a nice little spot. We tucked everything in here as well as we could. It's supposed to thunderstorm tonight, so we should be safe in here. Got some thunderstorms coming around us. That one over there is thundering. Just listening to that thunder. Pretty sure we're going to get nailed here at some point, but so far most of them have gone around us. We've decided to run into the tent until this thing passes. I just woke up. It's 7 o'clock. Rained all night, like literally all night. It just stopped now. So we have a brief time here where it's supposed to not rain, so we're gonna try and get moving. Okay, we're off on Kahshahpiwi. Getting out of here today before the waves get crazy like they did yesterday. The rain has held off. If you look over here, there's a bit of blue sky. Quite amazing. And here we are on Kiefer. We're at the end of Kiefer. Yeah, we just got finished paddling Sark. And we left our net at the other portage, which is an hour and a half down the other end of Sark Lake. So if you find a little collapsible net down there, let me know. We've seen this on the end of Sunday Lake one time. And there's a huge strip of cedar that's been torn out of the tree. Toss the piece over there. I guess a bear would grab it and pull it maybe? And break it off and throw it over there? I don't know. Thunderstorm is creeping up behind us. We just pulled into shore here. We're just gonna set up a tarp and sit here for a little while and see if it passes over. Hiding in here. Hoping this storm passes quickly. It snuck right up on us. We didn't even hear it. Just like all of a sudden, boom. Elle looks over and goes, oh my God. Looked behind her and there was this terrible looking storm. Yeah. So far so good. Now the storm is pretty much past. It's starting to brighten up again. It's just us in here with the mosquitoes. Oh, look at all the water in the pool. Back in the water. Have to make one. Alright, we're approaching the portage from Cairn to Heronshaw. It's just a little lift over and we're on the other side. So we had to get off again. We had another big storm blow through and almost blow us away. So big thunderstorm. So we came in here. I think we scared a moose out of here because we heard him crashing out the other side over there. Well, we got a site here. I'm doing the best I can. I was trying to cook dinner on the fire, but then this storm blew in. Look at that. At our bug zone. Oh my God, what happened to it? A really rainy, windy night. So we're in the no bug zone again. It's pouring rain out. It's been on and off all morning. And we're just gonna have breakfast and we are gonna try to get to McDougall today. So we're gonna do our best. We're almost all packed up. You know, these days are tough. When you have a rain day like this, you wake up and it's raining and you wait and it doesn't stop. It's tempted to just stay, you know, have a rest day. I mean, you don't approve of people carving in trees or anything, but I was born in '65, so that's pretty old. I'm not sure if I made it clear yesterday, but we paddled pretty much the entire lake. And this site that we were on, the Levi site, was the only developed one we could find. There might have been a small one over by the portage to Metacris. Alright, found the portage out of Heronshaw. Graceful as always. Brought the first load down here to Kahshahpiwi Creek. You see it's going, this is out of Heronshaw. That's going good. And this trail is half on the burn side, half on the good side, so it was much better than some of the other ones that go right through the burn area. We're on Kahshahpiwi Creek now. Last time we were here, we had a heck of a time getting through here. The water was so low. So Kahshahpiwi Creek has had quite the burn in here. Burned up pretty good. This is the portage from Kawnipi down to Kahshahpiwi Creek. You can see it's a total burnout here. And the water is high enough you could just paddle right down here today. This used to be beautiful here. It was gorgeous.
Oh wow.
Yep. We just finished that little lift over into Shelly Lake. We're gonna go and take a look and see how bad Shelly got it. There used to be a campsite on this island, but it's gone now. That's too bad. Just going by one of our campsites that we've stayed at before. Yeah, it's a little early.
Well, I think you would be terribly bored.
Just approaching the portage, have a smoke portage from Shelly into Keats. Doing our best to stay over here because the current is absolutely bananas. We're in pretty high water, not as high as last time we were here. A couple of years ago. Water was right up into those trees there. We had to float in between those pine trees to get out. I'm just going to go back for the second load. Yeah, that island out there was almost completely covered in water. And so this whole thing in here was covered in water. All right. Wind's blowing, rain's pouring. What can I say? It's barrels of fun. Just finished the portage with the first load from Keats to McDougall. We're just going to go back for the second one. Alright, I'm not going to film us dragging our bags up here, but again, you can see our bags down there, and they got to come up here. Right, we're in the water. Got to go up around a point there, and then we're going to go left and see if there's some sights down there. All set up here on McDougall, the site we wanted. It was a little windy and rainy when we first got here, but the wind has died off. The rain has actually stopped finally. And we're just having dinner now. It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock at night. We're just having dinner now. But it's nice, hot beef and mac.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Nothing like a nice hot meal after a cold, rainy day like that. So. Well, it's a sunny morning here on McDougall. We woke up. This is our rest day, one and only so far. And got everything out drying. We had no rain all night. No rain in the forecast until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So taking advantage of this to dry everything out. We're I was hoping to get out and paddle and fish all day. It's a great lake for fishing, but we've been stuck in here with the wind. Might just end up doing some casting offshore. Yep. Early morning here on McDougall. Cool, windy day. We're packing up and heading up to Russell today. Anytime you're on these backcountry sites, you have to be careful of deadfall or fallen trees. And there's all kinds of them here, but I'm just going to show you this one here. So this tree fell over. Broke off there, and it's gone up and it's just sitting in those branches up there, and it's been there the whole time we've been here. Here we are back on the water after a day of rest. My God. Finish off this portage. It's a short one, maybe 50 meters or so, down to Chatterton. Here we are in Russell Lake, all packed up, ready to head out into the wind here. We didn't get close to the Grand Rapids here on Russell because the water, it was really crazy over there. There's so much current coming out and the wind was hitting it, and it just makes it impossible. So we just cut across here to a safe spot, took some pictures, and hopefully I'll show those if they turn out. That's starting to grow in nice and green over there. that ever weird? just got set up and it started to rain. So good timing. And it's really, like out there, it's really windy and miserable, which is what we've been dealing with all day, but we came up around the side to avoid it and managed to make it in here and get set up, and there you go. We're just going to relax and let the rain blow through and then we'll see what happens. This is what happens. It's been raining and then calm and then windy. Not sure if the GoPro is going to get it, but there's a rainbow over there. Look at that rainbow. Goes all the way from there, all the way over there. Jeez, look at that.
Beautiful. I love it.
It's a cool, misty morning here on Sturgeon Lake. Let's see here, it's quite cool, quite misty, a little bit of rain. I'm going to make burritos for breakfast today. So I'm making breakfast burritos today. The salsa that you dehydrate, if you want to rehydrate it, it's a bit of work to rehydrate. You need some time. I find better just put it in a little baggie like this, put some water in it, and then squish it up while you're doing everything else, and I'm hoping this will work out better. The ingredients for the burritos: scrambled eggs, I think they're called yak or something, happy yak. Yeah. There's our refried beans. Start with a big burrito. We add some cheese, then we'll add some beans, then we add our scrambled eggs, and then we can add some of our dehydrated salsa. Right, so I'm not going to show myself eating it because I just make a mess, but I'll show Elle eating it. How was it, Elle?
Half an hour to make, 5 minutes to devour.
We're all packed up here at the Moose Skull campsite on Sturgeon. Ooh, had one, eh? Yeah, I'll pull it up there in the mud. This is where we got muddy last time. Alright, here we are at Twin Lakes. And this big old tree is still here. Wow. Right, just finished the portage from Twin Lakes to Dore. Whew, found the mosquitoes again too. See what we're in for out here. I can tell just from here those waves are huge. I don't think I've ever noticed this old barge here. Or this old boat or whatever it was. It's right down below the boat here. And it's even a curved piece up there, right? Oh, we better get out of here. Pretty choppy out there in the middle. That was a bumpy ride. But here we are at the Portage of Death. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, so very ominous, but really not that bad. On Pickerel Lake. Well, here we are. Made it to the site we were hoping for on Pickerel Lake. Got here pretty early in the afternoon, so we've had a nice relaxing afternoon. Both very tired after 2 weeks of really pounding it through some of those other spots. So we're just going to relax. Tomorrow we're going to get up, we'll sleep in a bit, have some pancakes, and then maybe paddle around, do some fishing. It's supposed to be the nicest day we've had in maybe 2 weeks. We've had some rough weather on this trip. Oh, it's a beautiful morning here on Pickerel Lake. We just had breakfast. This is a rest day for us, so we were just going to lounge about this morning, enjoy ourselves, and then maybe go for a paddle and try and catch some fish. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go. Wow, what a beautiful color. Almost like a blue.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so here's the end result of Elle's pike that she caught. Got it all flavored up with Cajun fish crisps for dinner. Alright, Elle's into a fish here. Beautiful. Well, Elle caught one lake trout, and then we had a bunch of nibbles, and then it just dried right up. So we're just trying in between this island and the shore here for a minute, and then we're going to go in. We're taking off, and we're gonna paddle through the Pickerel Narrows into Batchewan, and then as far into Batchewan Bay as we can get for our trip out tomorrow morning. It's a lake trout. Oh. There you go. Oh, there he goes. Where is would be. Oh, there he goes. All right. We're on Kahshahpiwi Lake. This is our last night of the trip. We had quite the ride to get here. It's starting to clear now. Got this site. We've always seen this site here, but there's always somebody here. Thankfully, there was no one today because the winds were just ripping up here, and you can still see it's kind of rough out there, but that was just pounding across there, so we weren't getting any farther than this anyway. Tomorrow we just go across over there and we're out. Should be good in the morning. Another storm coming overhead. Ooh, man, look at it. A nice sunrise there. And we got rain over here. Lovely. Just had our last breakfast. Peanut butter and jam wraps. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, right
I'm all
there.
bundled up.
I was all bundled up because the mosquitoes are just unbelievable on this site. We thought we had them bad earlier on in the trip, and we thought maybe they were letting up, but they're back. Been a great trip, interesting trip. I recorded as much as I could, and Elle took tons of pictures, so hopefully we can put something together to show everybody what this route is like. We still have to cross, of course, Kahshahpiwi, which is rough again, and then we got to do an 800-meter portage into Nim, and then paddle Nim to our truck. So yeah. Back on the water, away from the mosquitoes. Storm coming in behind us. Some rough water ahead of us. Portage over to Nim. It was a rough ride, and it's hard to notice this because normally there's a big pebble beach here. It's quite big, and it's still completely covered. Alright, so here we are at Nim. There's some little bobcat or lynx tracks down there. Fresh. We're back in the truck at the access point here. Had a good pack up. It's 10 o'clock. We're getting out of here. We just stopped in at the Dawson Trail in Quetico. We're gonna go grab a shower. These trips, it just depends on the weather, if you can shower or wash. This one was a bad one. The water was cold. It didn't heat up that much. And we had cold, windy, rainy weather a lot. So let's be honest here, we just barely washed with soap that we bring soap suds with us. Barely even. We didn't even do a whole body wash with it once. The rest of the time, all we did was swim when we could. So for 17 days, we haven't washed. So there you go. That's the reality of backcountry camping in the springtime.
So fortunately, what does Quetico have?
Well, they got showers, and you get a day pass here when you have you got your backcountry thing. Plus, we got a day pass for the parks anyway. So we're gonna go grab a quick one and then head into Thunder Bay, pick up a few groceries for dinner tonight, lunch and dinner, and then we got a hotel in Wawa. We're waiting for us on the way home. So.